What's up, guys? So as you know, we had a sub goal. We were men and women on a mission. And honestly, I'm actually surprised we hit it as quick as we did. But I said at 200 subs, guys, go ahead and make you guys a Sora matchup chart. And you guys basically just crushed it, like, immediately. And I'm forever grateful for that. So we're at 218 subs now. Already on our way to 300, which I will make another sub goal for. But looking at this as it is, we're doing the Sora matchup chart. As you guys know, it's been 3 months since Sora came out. I think it was officially hit 3 months like 2 days ago. So here we are. We're in our happy place. And so we have our character, we have the boy, and of course, opinions of this character have been flying, like straight up, they've been flying everywhere. But what most importantly, what matters is how does he actually fare against the rest of the cast? So, for starters, I gotta put this out there, guys. This is just my opinion. Whether or not I play this character or you play this character and we think differently, that all matters to you mostly. To me, I'm going off of my opinion, my experience, and some theory crafting in there, especially if I haven't played a matchup too much, in which I hate to do. I don't really like theory crafting matchups a lot. I rather get down and dirty and actually play the characters. And so, most notably, guys, if I feel like there's a matchup that's kind of like in a gray area for me because I don't have too much experience with it, I'm gonna let you guys know. So, you know how tier lists go, and you know how matchup charts go. When people disagree, they usually start throwing out little insults and shit like, how the fuck could you put this character here when he belongs here, blah, blah, blah. And so you guys know me. I don't give a fuck. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, as you guys know, I started off this bitch with Sephiroth. So, we basically get fucked up by Sephiroth. He forces a lot of 50-50s on Sora, which suck. And it doesn't matter how good of a player you are. When you get put in a 50-50, you're put in a motherfucking 50-50. So get to guessing, baby. When you're off stage, your recovery, whether it's him fairing you, whether it's him down being you, your recovery gets butchered by this character. Neutral, it's very hard to get in on him because of his range as well. So, honestly, it sucks. So, as I was saying, right? So this matchup in terms of neutral, in terms of his ability to put you above him and keep juggling you in the air over and over and over sucks. And even if Sora wins canonically, this is fucking Smash Brothers. This is not Kingdom Hearts. Get over it. The matchup is terrible. Is it a -3? Shit, sometimes I'll be thinking, yo, maybe this is a -3. But nah, I think it's just a -2. More exploration needed, especially as Sora continues to progress and his combos get more optimized over time. Maybe it'll soften the blow, but I think honestly, like when it's all said and done, this matchup just sucks. It's just not a good matchup, period. So anyway, I'm gonna go for the most popular characters first, and then I'm going to pretty much descend down into the Jigglypuffs and shit, which since I already clicked you, I'm actually gonna put +1. I think as a ranged character and also a character equally as floaty as Puff, you actually have a lot more advantage in this matchup because one, you can chase her off stage, you can recover against her. And obviously, you have a disjoint, so you're able to wall her out. Puff is not that good versus swords and disjointed characters, and the fact that Sora, again, is a character that actually can challenge her, whether it be off stage or in the air, is really, really strong. So, yeah, I actually don't think Puff wins this matchup. I think Sora definitely beats Puff. You know, everybody also, when they look at a matchup chart, they're like, yo, does Pikachu lose this matchup? Does Pikachu lose this matchup? Guys, honest to God, you're gonna have to get over it, right? Pikachu is just a good character, and even if a character has a -1 matchup against Pikachu, that doesn't mean they just get blown out. That doesn't mean they just straight up lose the matchup. It's just a matchup, like, it's just gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. But in my opinion, I actually don't think this matchup is that hard, and honestly, when I play it and the more I play it, the more I start to think it could be even. To be honest, I feel like it's in between one of those. I give Pikachu the benefit of the doubt in this scenario because I do understand that Pikachu can abuse Sora's disadvantaged state even off stage. Like, Pikachu is excellent at edge guarding characters, and even with Sora's great recovery, there are still holes where you can punish him in it. And so when I take that into account, I think that Pikachu does have the edge off stage. So keep in mind, on stage, I actually don't think neutral is that bad versus this character. Sora can actually kind of fuck with Pikachu a little bit, but at the same time, if you get grabbed by Pikachu, I think that lightning, I don't want to call it lightning loops, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about, the Nair drag down combos, I actually think are pretty good on Sora, especially due to his floatiness. So yeah, I think this matchup isn't that bad. But my rat is next to this one. So we're actually going to go ahead and pick my rat because, you know, it's my rat. I actually think that Sora at this current time beats Pichu. When I was first playing the matchup with Void, I thought it was even, but then understandably so, I realized, Pichu, you can't get in, buddy. You shouldn't be able to get in as easy. When you do get in, Sora's combo food. But Sora's disjoints are a fucking nightmare for Pichu. Not only that, his recovery isn't as exploitable. You can you can T-jolt at the ledge and keep knocking him down. And it's very funny to watch, to be honest. But at the same time, I actually think when it actually boils down to fighting him in neutral, a lot of the time you have to wait and kind of respect Sora, especially if he's throwing out a Nair or a Fair. And so because of that, it's pretty annoying to try to catch him. And of course, you die really early. The tail of every Pichu ever. Because of that, I think the matchup is really annoying to play on both sides, even me as the Pichu. And I would give Sora like a bit of an edge in that regard. I wouldn't say like, oh my god, he just blows Pichu out, no choice. Blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, that's just how I feel about that. Mythra. Mythra, when it comes to Pyra and Mythra, is always the most popular. Well, actually, one of the most popular characters I hear about when it comes to Sora. Basically, what I think of Mythra is honestly, one, I don't think the Pyra Mythra matchup is as bad as other players are making it out to be. Given the fact, and I'm not just fighting like any random Pyra Mythra off the streets and shit. This is even me considering the matchups I've had with the best Pyra Mythra players. So essentially, I personally don't think, I don't think Mythra -3s. I don't think anybody -3 Sora at all. And I'm even more inclined to believe that Mythra could be a -1 and not just a -2. From my experience, this character doesn't feel impossible to fight, despite them having better frame data, despite them being able to juggle and trap Sora. I do feel like Sora does have neutral tools to actually kind of slow her down. And when I have seen other Soras play the matchup, I can quite understand why they would feel like they're getting fucked up. They feel like they're getting smothered, out frame data, trapped, ledge trapped because of her oppressive frame data. But at the same time, I don't really see them conditioning her in neutral, especially effectively at a safe distance, keyword safe distance, with spells and their own aerials. And when she's off stage, if you're not getting them kills, I don't know what to tell you, baby. I think on average, I can understand why someone would think this matchup is like this hopeless ass hard matchup. Oh my god, Mythra, I can't beat her. Ah! But for me, I actually don't think it's that bad. I would put it as -1. I don't get the same effect of fighting Mythra that I do get fighting Sephiroth. This is a whole nother level of fuckery. Then when it comes to Pyra, I actually think Pyra is like an even matchup. I don't even think we beat her. Yeah, I think together they're -1 though. Like straight up. Being able to swap between them and change the dynamic of the matchup definitely aids them quite well. And with my Mythra already being a -1 matchup, personally for me, I would actually go ahead and say that together they both beat Sora. I think Diddy Kong is actually not that good of a matchup. In terms of like -2, nah. I could see it potentially getting there one day, possibly. But I think Sora is the perfect weight for Diddy Kong to not only like effectively juggle him, but also call out a lot of his landings as well. I think Diddy Kong's Fair is a really good tool as well. Because in a sense, you know, it's not like Pikachu's Fair, where Pikachu's Fair, you pretty much call that shit a sword. But Diddy Kong's Fair has great range. And of course, with banana play, it even gets more difficult to try to dispute this character in neutral because it's an item that you have to be very aware of. If you were a faster character, you could actually run up and pick up banana and use it a lot easier, but that's just not the case in this matchup. Because you're a little bit on the slower side, it's more of a commitment to try to take that banana and of course to try to avoid it while simultaneously trying to fight Diddy Kong. So in my opinion, matchup could be a bit tricky. I definitely think it's winnable, and I definitely think Sora being a disjointed character helps, and his recovery is actually a little bit on the harder side for Diddy Kong to try to disrupt, so I think he has that going for him as well. And again, guys, -1 doesn't mean we're fucked, we can't win. It's just, they have more advantages in the matchup, that's it. I put Game & Watch in even. I was playing Meister a bit when I was in Mexico. It is funny, actually, because I randomly ran into him. We went 1-1, and my net disconnected. and he was tight. He's like, yo. But then he was talking shit, and he was like, wait a minute, this might not even be NAKAT. This might be someone posing as NAKAT. I ran up in his chat. I'm like, yo, run the set, get the lobby open. So we played a little bit, and we were both actually alarmed to kind of find like how the matchup played out. It's my first time fighting Game & Watch as Sora, his first time fighting Sora as Game & Watch. So we were both kind of learning together, and I actually, funny enough, feel like Sora does fine versus Game & Watch. I think both of the characters can actually fuck each other up off stage, funny enough. You know Game & Watch's up B is a load of shit, but at least you can counter that. And the fact that you have something that can actually challenge Game & Watch's up B is super duper good, as well as him being light and you being super floaty actually makes it kind of awkward for him to juggle you in certain scenarios, which is something the character really excels at. Bacon at the ledge is a piece of shit, but I actually theory crafted some counterplay around Bacon at the ledge. So I'm looking forward to actually playing him again, or just a Game & Watch in general that's gonna Bacon at the ledge. I feel like any other sword character, Game & Watch has to really pick his moments and spots to get in and punish you. So if you just play a very defensive game and actually keep away, and you're really good at it, sometimes it's hard for Game & Watch to actually catch you. And the fact that Sora's aerials can combo into themselves makes it even better, especially because they pop up. And so Game & Watch, of course, doesn't want to be above a swordie like that. I actually have no real solid opinion on this matchup because I have not played it yet, and I'm not about to count any snake that's like not a top level snake. I usually want to play top level representatives to get the best idea possibly for a matchup, right? So in this regard, snake would go into the category of I don't know, I gotta think about it. And so yeah, man, I don't know where I would actually put snake. In theory, when I think about the matchup, I don't see why Sora would get blown to fucking bits versus this character. It doesn't sound like that bad of a matchup. And I would mostly just wait and see. In theory, when I think about it, you have what, about 3 moves that can knock him off Cypher. You put him off stage, you can edge guard him like any other character, so I don't really want to think about that too much. But when I look down and think about neutral, it doesn't matter if I'm playing a fast or slow character. I always am very patient when fighting Snake, because honestly, if you're just trying to rush in on Snake with his wall of grenades, then you're already doing the wrong thing, my guy. I feel like most people that suffer against Snake in general are people that just try to rush in on him. There's a time and place to be aggressive, and it's not all the time versus Snake. So you're a ranged character. I think that's a check mark. That's good in your book. You have spells, and I'm thinking that Faraga would actually stop grenades in their tracks or blow them up. Can't confirm that, but I do feel like this is a slower paced matchup that you would have to play like pretty reserved. You can't just willy-nilly run in on him. I don't think the matchup would be that bad, but again, I'm not one to really rely on theory crafting all the time. So instead, need more time. Great. Now that we have that, we can put him there. I think we beat Ice Climbers. I'm gonna just be straight up. I think Sora is excellent at separating them, excellent at keeping them at bay, excellent at edge guarding them. I think that is super solid tools to have. I actually would probably put them at +2, especially because, again, he does have a disjoint as well. He is a sword character. And so, to me, Ice Climbers, I feel like they would struggle versus Sora's archetype. To be fair, yeah. Icy's just suck against sword characters. I'm gonna keep it a buck, guy. Might not be Star from Japan, but shit, nigga. I've played Icy's for a very fucking long time. I think I know what I'm talking about. Anywho, let's continue. Oh my god, get the fuck out of here. I'm putting these down here. Just ignore them. This nigga too, bro. I think we beat Banjo as a disjointed character, and also the fact that we actually can scare him off of Wonder Wing because our counter will actually fuck him up for using it, I think is really good. The trolls in the chat are gonna say Banjo wins because they just know I can't stand looking at this ugly ass waste of a DLC slot. But I kid you not, in all seriousness, I do think Sora just fucking bops him straight up. Like, straight up. And neutral, and disadvantage, off stage, and the fact that you have a move that can bop Wonder Wing, I think is really important. Watch your profanity. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say on my fucking stream. You know how this goes, Ice Peanut. Fuck out of here. I actually think this matchup is even. I think this matchup is also very, very fun to watch as well. It's actually crazy to watch two characters actually just throw hands on any point of the stage. I think it's a dope matchup, actually, from a spectator's point of view. From the combo game to the neutral, I think both of these characters are pretty fucking similar. I think Sora has an easier time killing off the top and off of straight hits. You know, Bayonetta has to really kind of work to get her kills, unless she's like throwing out a back air or like a up tilt into back air. But even then, you have to hit that confirm first to get the back air. So yeah, I think the matchup's even, pretty much to say. I mean, this is pretty obvious. Do I really need to explain this one? I actually think Mac is decent in neutral versus Sora. It's just everything else about the character just throws it off. Especially Sora's ability to juggle him. Like, he kind of gets fucked, like, badly. I think that the matchup is in Sora's favor. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty confident in that. It's not a -2 because of his, sorry, it's not a +2 because of Mac's overall speed and his, like, you could say Mac is a bad character, but you legitimately can't ignore the fact that he definitely does still have a neutral, even if it's just his ground game. And that alone, in my opinion, makes it so that the matchup is not that bad. I think we beat Bowser, especially with our confirm. Yo, I actually think, guys, this matchup has the potential to get a lot worse for Bowser as Sora's improve. I'm only putting it here right now for what we can possibly do at the moment. But once you actually start to get those confirms down, you're executing them like, holy shit. Son, what I'm saying right now, especially against big bodies, guys. Let me grab all these niggas real quick. K. Rool, DK, listen, with what we can do now, imagine what happens when we get even better. Big bodies get they get juggled to hell and back, bro. Their margin of error is so small versus this character because of the way his aerials work. It's so fucking clean. And then, of course, do I need to say, Sora can edge guard them. He can counter their recoveries. We know this, right? I think the best big body versus Sora would probably be DK, because this nigga basically has swords for legs and hands, bro. But honestly, dog, the other two, bro, I think they get fucked. The only big body I actually think is a little awkward, yeah, DDD. I think Sora beats DDD, but I actually could honestly see this also being closer to even just because of Gordo. Oh, not even just because of Gordo. I think DDD's range actually helps him out a lot in this matchup as well, because, you know, his mallet. But other than that, I do think that Sora probably does beat him. I think out of all the big bodies, like the big boys, the fat boys, DDD probably has the best chance. I think Sheik is an even matchup. I honestly, you know, I played this matchup a couple times with Void, whether it be online or even just a teeny bit at Nairo's house. And realistically, I think, first off, Sheik has a lot of, like, Sheik's combos, even though they do work well on Sora, they're also pretty awkward because of his floatiness, and even just punishing him in disadvantage sometimes is a bit weird for Sheik as a character that, honestly, in some cases has to commit to really trying to hit this nigga at times. Because of your ability to go off stage, you can actually try to be aggressive towards her when trying to hit her, when she's trying to come back, or just manipulate the way she has to recover. You can punish bouncing fish, because even if you don't commit to a whole double jump, your full hop might be enough to actually catch her, especially if you're already standing on a platform. And then in neutral, just being able to use spells to manipulate the way she tries to approach you is also really good. And you having a disjoint is solid as well. And I remember going on a Void stream to talk to him. I was like, yo, what do you think about this matchup? He was like, fighting Sora is annoying. So take that as you will. Oh, another big body. Actually, I think really gets fucked by that character too. Joker, in my opinion, beat Sora. I mean, to no surprise, guns are a pain in the ass to deal with. I actually don't think they shut down the matchup, but I definitely think Joker does beat Sora for sure. Without a doubt in my mind, even with optimized combos, guys, the closest that would do is bring it to closer to even matchup, but Sora could still lose it. Because of Sora's weight, the window for doing like a fast fall fair into drag down smash attack is larger. It's easier to do drag down combos, which also, of course, allow you to get a lot more damage straight up. So his combo ability, godlike. His ability to disrupt Sora's recovery. When he doesn't have Arsenis, whatever, he ain't gonna go for that, right? He's gonna probably go for downward gun, which is still very good against Sora's recovery. But when the big blue man is out, when Arsene is out, you gotta worry about Tetracon, bro. That counter fucks up your up B and your side B. It pretty much creates a scenario like similar to Sephiroth, right? It sucks. It sucks so bad. The only thing you have going for you is you can actually fight the character in neutral. So even though you have all those things, just overall, Joker's punish game on Sora is insane. And you're just gonna get fucked up trying to make it back. So just keep that in mind, okay? Bro, I swear to God, Seth is so fucking hard to play against. It's all right, man. We're all here together. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and put this character here too, since we're all here together. Not top tier, but god damn it, nigga. Guys, do I need to explain this? Do I actually gotta explain this matchup? You getting walled out by charge shot, side B. This bitch is running, pivot grabbing you. Zaire, nigga, like, how do you get in, right? That is the name of the game. How do you get in? The only way I think of getting in on a good Samus, dead ass, is just kind of inching forward, blocking, trying to fucking inch forward. You know when you got all them niggas, I think the movie's what, 3000 or some shit? You know, all the Spartans and shit, these niggas got the shields up there all inching forward together, bro. That's how you gotta try to get this bitch, man. You gotta try to get her in the corner so she can't run no more. You gotta really try to get in, man. This shit sucks, bro. On top of the fact she could kill you too. And just getting off the ledge versus her is actually pretty hard because of bomb and all the other shit she can do. Fighting Samus is a piece of shit as a character that is not that quick. If you think I'm trolling, go fight a really good Samus. And I'm not talking about like your run-of-the-mill Elite Smash Samus. I'm talking about a Samus with a brain. They do exist. There's not too many of them, but they do exist. Let's see. I think we beat Yoshi. Disjoint can actually disrupt his recovery off stage if you decide to go off stage. You can bait out his double jump, back air that nigga out of it so he doesn't have his armor anymore. Man tries to air dodge to the ledge, you F tilt that nigga. He tries to up B, get under that bitch, back air him again. Yoshi historically struggles with swords. The only thing he has going for him in this matchup, even then, right? Because when you look at a traditional sword character, most of them are not floaty. So Yoshi could literally like up air chain them and get mad %. Sora is actually floaty, so comboing him is even weirder, despite him being able to die earlier. But at the same time, Sora also has projectiles as well. Yoshi doesn't like those. He's not too fond of those either. I don't think Sora straight out shuts Yoshi out like these niggas up here, but I do think that this is not an even matchup. I do think Sora beats Yoshi. We lose to Wolf. It's a hard matchup. Blaster is already a pain in the ass for Sora to deal with, right? So in neutral, you're going to be spending a lot of time shielding, trying to get past that move, which sucks. Like, honestly, it does suck. Not only that, even if you like hit his shield and you bounce off his shield, Wolf has a lot of things that he can do air to air that just disrupt Sora outright. And especially when Sora's on the ledge, Wolf's down smash, of course, is a force to be reckoned with. It'll kill you very early. But not only that, ledge trapping as Wolf is just historically been very strong because of his big ass clunky hitboxes, especially that Nair. So what you do have going for you in this matchup is 1, edge guarding, 2, you have a disjoint, 3, Wolf is a good weight to get comboed by Sora, so it's actually pretty good. It's easy to rack up damage on Wolf when you catch him. The thing is, catching Wolf is a pain in the ass, and it is mostly because of Blaster, and even when you do catch him, his ability to combo you because of your weight is so damn good. It was almost like you were specifically built to get comboed to hell by this character. And you know taking hits from Wolf hurts. I honestly, out of all these, right, I honestly would put Wolf here, honest to God, if it existed. You see this, right? Yo, editor, I know you could work some magic, my nigga. You mad talented, yo. Just like I'm gonna hold him right here, make this nigga 1.5, all right? Bet. I don't actually like to spend like 800 years on these, you know. I just like to get right and down to the point. Like, watch this. We can actually speed run niggas we beat, right? Bada bing, bada bing. Where you at? Where you at? Niggas, I don't need to give much of an explanation. We got disjoints, baby. Wall these niggas out. Body their recoveries, baby. Your counter's gonna stuff them up, bees. And this one in particular is really slow. Like, really, really slow. Roy. I think, I don't know. When I'm thinking about it, I probably would be a -1 matchup. Me, personally, when I'm fighting it, I lean it closer to even. But I haven't fought a Cola yet, you know what I'm saying? And until I fight a Cola, I'm not going to be very well cemented in my opinion of the matchup. I want to fight him at the best level possible. And so, Mega Man? Oh, nah, dog. Nah. Nah, wait. Nah. What do you think about the hero matchup? I'll get back to you on that. Wario. Wario's aerial mobility, right? It's not as good as it was in Brawl, but it's still really good enough to the point where he can actually keep up with Sora. I think, you know, historically he struggles with swordies and disjoints, right? But I think because of Sora's actual floatiness, it gives him an easier time keeping up with Sora in air-to-air interactions, even though he's not supposed to win them, right? And even so, because he's able to keep up with them and he can sort of stick to Sora if he wants to, it allows him to land his aerials a lot easier, whether it be his back air or his fair. Honestly, I think that is working for him. I think Sora's weight definitely helps him out too. Well, helps Wario out in terms of comboing him, especially into Waft. But I do think Sora, of course, can combo this motherfucker to bits. And also when he's off stage, he has to be very careful, even if he decides to bike low, because Sora's pretty much going to recover from anywhere. So all it takes is like one little nick to hit him off of his bike and then force him into an up B situation where if you counter that or you just hit him away again, he has a harder time recovering, especially on bike cooldown. I think we beat this little nigga. The Keyblade just fucks Pikmin up. We're able to combo this little bastard when we hit him. Our hitboxes and our spells are bigger than Olimar. It's a similar vein to Pichu, aside from the fact this little fucker has 3 Pikmin following him, so he could throw them niggas, but we could kill them while he's throwing them. You corner him. What the fuck is Olimar gonna do? Even though we beat Olimar, I don't beat Olimar. It's just my destiny, bro. So even if this matchup is good, guys, I'm always gonna lose to this character. Yo, I have probably a 0 to 100 record versus this little bastard, bro. If y'all niggas ever see me fight Olimar, do not put money on me. It's so ugly, dude. You know what? Matchup chart over, nigga. I'm upset. How long can Sora trap him in the IDJ thing? With IDJ combos, I actually think we beat this nigga straight up. But without, I think it's an even matchup. So even let's call it base Sora. Base Sora, in my opinion, does fairly well against Rob. Rob also in the same vein does well against Sora. Like he definitely like IDJ combos. Even without IDJ combos, you can actually, when you hit him, you do a lot of damage to him. Of course, being able to juggle him is a plus as well with your big ass up air. And just in neutral becomes a matter of, can you avoid getting like stuffed out over and over and over, right? And so, you know, Rob's down tilt is fucking nuts. Obviously, that shit is like a machine gun in itself. No lag, hella good, like straight up, it's a problem. You're a character that's going to be fighting from the air most of the time anyway. Why would you be running at this nigga, only running at this nigga, only running at him the whole time? You feel what I'm saying? You honestly have the tools to fight Rob. You have the tools to even actually go combat him off stage, which is good because you want to make him blow as much gas as possible. I don't think the matchup is bad. I think the matchup sucks if you're playing a more grounded game versus character for whatever reason. You obviously don't want to just jump above him and put yourself above him all the time because, I mean, you're going to get bodied straight up. But if you're able to deal with Gyro, take that shit, rob him, rob. Watch out for his neutral B so you're not just getting shot up the entire match. You can fight him. Don't get me wrong. He can still box you with F-tilt. Nair is also a pain in the ass. The biggest thing you could ever do, really learn how to parry his Nair. If you're able to parry this nigga's Nair, it just opens up. It just makes your life so much easier. Just trust me. Get really good at parrying his Nair, straight up. Hey guys, it's Min. I can't really give you an opinion on that because I haven't played this matchup. What I'm thinking about is, sure you can jump, and Sora's, even just his full hop. Single full hop is like really good enough to get over her arms. But at the same time, what's to stop her from trying to anti-air you or for her to jump and also just swing, right? Then when I think about that, it's like, okay, so how do we get in? And then I sit here and I think. And I still personally haven't come up with an answer. Not everything is black and white. There's many variables to certain situations, even if situations are pretty similar to other situations, or they look cut and dry. Who would have fucking thought, right? This is why I hate even hearing about matchup charts, right? This is why I don't really do them that much. People will play a matchup and someone will explain the matchup like, so you do this, this, and this means this character can't do anything, and this. Then when you actually play the game and you recreate that scenario, you notice that 1, it didn't work the way it was explained, and 2, even if it worked 3 times, it didn't work the 4th or the 5th. Want to know why? Because when you're in the heat of a battle, human error takes place, my niggas. Always keep that in mind. Now, here, I'm explaining it perfectly, guys. If you nair loop Bowser, he can't play the game. He can't do anything. That's literally all you have to do. That's a matchup. And some people will hear that and be like, oh, shit. And then they go and play the matchup. They'll go fight Leon's Bowser, right? NAKAT. So I took your advice and I did the nair loops and Leon still 3-stocked me, and I honestly have no idea. Well, what was your neutral like? But you're neutral though. But you're neutral, nigga. I could theory craft if I theory crafted about this matchup, I would probably say it's either -2 or -1. I don't think we're even versus her straight up. Her range is just so damn good against a character like Sora that I could never see it being even. But at the same time, her disadvantage state is pretty so that's why I can't really see it as a -2. I would probably assume it's -1. I would assume it's -1. I'm actually going to speed run a couple of these. I think we beat Toon Link for sure. I think Zero Suit Samus is more so around the even side of things. I actually don't think we get fucking shut out by her, but I don't think we just ass blast her either. Shulk. Yeah, I think Shulk is an even matchup. Shulk cheat. Shulk is big. Shulk big slow. Well, Shulk can big fast, bro. The fact that Shulk can change Monado arts and actually change dynamics of a matchup on a whim are really good. His range is fucking incredible as well. His range is fucking good. This nigga can change into kill mode, change into I'ma do more damage. The thing that Sora has going for him in this matchup is his ability to really combo Shulk. But I actually think he does get out neutraled, so I will shift that to -1 because I think he gets out neutraled by Shulk. Piranha Plant, like the more so like these niggas, man, I don't really got shit to explain, dog. Lucina, I think even. Marth, I think we beat Marth. Nigga is too inconsistent with his hitboxes and shit. I think this is the better way to go for sure. This is probably a hot take. I think we beat Peach. We're 2 characters that primarily fight air to air. Our ground games are not that good. Peach is obviously going to want to go for those down tilt into nair combos, blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you play Peach, I respect you because this character is hard as fuck to play. I do think that because you're a character that's so airborne, and you outrange her, that lends you the ability to actually fight her a lot better than other characters that have to depend on being grounded. Spells are annoying for her to get around. Off stage, you can actually counter Parasol and either kill her or at least do damage. You do need to respect her counter attempts though off stage. She can counter you. But other than that, in neutral, I think that you actually get you have the advantage. In terms of punish game, her punish game is pretty devastating. So you need to be careful to not get comboed, especially like her grounded combos. Her being above you is a fucking pain in the ass because of your up air. So that's also something that goes in your favor as well. I do think that we do very, very, very well against that character. And then you have niggas like this that don't actually exist, but they do exist. And when they do exist, it's a fucking problem because you guys know what comes next. Do I even need to say it? I personally don't like fighting Meta Knight. Only because of his ability to juggle Sora and actually like combo him with up air and shit. Even with Meta Knight being able to juggle Sora, you know, chain up air and up B, blah, 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 it's probably not that bad of a matchup. I'm being dramatic. I could see it more on the even side of things with that because of Sora's overall neutral game. I don't actually think it's -1, but I do think that it has the potential to get worse. Oh my god, we're running out of cool characters. Well, I can actually move this bitch. She could just go right there. Actually, I don't even need to put her. She could just stay there forever. Actually, I'm gonna put her there. Daisy needs more time. Byleth, I think is more even. Kirby, outranged. The nigga's just gonna stand still and try to camp you out as much as possible. Luigi's whole purpose of being a human is to try to grab his opponent. You being very aerial and having disjoints is annoying for him. Especially, you're kind of hard to shield grab. I was talking to Elegant about this matchup at main stage. You're kind of hard to shield grab because you just pop up off of his shield even after you land an aerial. You have your own fireball, you have thunder, you have blizzard. You can edge guard the shit out of him, really manipulate and abuse his recovery. It's just a not fun time for Luigi. Let's see, Sonic being an even matchup. It seems like at the moment, Soras are doing good against Sonic, which is crazy. Like I'm referencing mostly Japan. Watching that, I think his nair is actually really good in the matchup as well. I don't think Sonic just gets to run in for free, especially because Sora has a lot of like lingering shit that he can do. And so because of that, like it's often not hard for Sonic to just run in and do whatever the fuck he wants. Why is Sephiroth not in his own unwinnable tier? He almost had it, yo. He almost had it. I think we win this matchup for sure. Incineroar, right, Incineroar. In my opinion, I think that this matchup is closer to even. Honestly, because Incineroar can abuse the shit out of Sora's floatiness. And usually Incineroar struggles against characters that are much, much faster than him. This is not the case. And while you do have a disjoint to actually try and hit this motherfucker at a safe difference, you have to understand that his fair is pretty damn big as well as his up air, so you can actually end up trading or getting hit for trying to just straight up space yourself and swing at him. It's not as easy as a matchup as it seems, and especially because, again, you're floaty, even just doing grab combos are really good against Sora as well. And then his sheer power is just something to be respected pretty much. It's not that free of a matchup. I would put it closer to even for sure. I'm going to just get all the Pokemon out of here because Rebecca suggested get all the Pokemon out. I think we beat Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo gets juggled pretty well. Lucario is always a weird matchup to try to explain because even if your character beats this motherfucker, the dude has built-in X Factor. It pisses me off because I want to explain why I think the matchup is the way it is, and then this nigga just exists and just straight up like chin checks the shit out of you for even trying to be better. You have to understand that even though you can out neutral him and do all this shit and you can body bag him, he essentially wants to take that damage so he can rob you. So take that as you will, guys. Fuck that character, bro. You know what, nigga? Now I'm tight. Matchup chart over again. Let's see. When it comes to Pokemon Trainer, Ivysaur, I actually think Ivysaur is a bit problematic. I think we +1 Squirtle. So Squirtle's like very quick and can combo you pretty hard, but I just honestly think that being able to just stuff him out is like pretty useful, especially because he lacks that range that you have. Charizard is a lot scarier because even though he's big as shit and can get comboed, he can get comboed. I don't want to say as hard as these guys, but he gets comboed, right? But at the same time, you have to also understand that this nigga, his hitboxes are fucking huge as shit, and they have to be respected, and he's pretty quick. So honestly, like it's not just like this free ride just because he's fat as shit. Whereas these other guys, well, Bowser's fast, but you already know, man, this nigga is so big that and then I put Ivysaur at -1 because even though Razor Leaf, like Razor Leaf is very annoying for Sora to deal with, especially because Ivy can kind of be mobile and jumping while using the move too. And then you have to deal with Fair. You got to deal with back air. Just these moves that can actually keep you out. And then if you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to up B or you have to side B, Dare can clock the shit out of you because that hitbox is big. So that's why I actually think Ivysaur is the biggest problem for Sora out of Pokemon. Like all the Pokemon on Pokemon Trainer, I think Ivysaur is the biggest problem. So if I rank them as a collective, I would probably actually put it at a -1 matchup. I think we lose -1 to Palutena. I don't think the Nair train is that big of a deal as people would actually make it out to be. I honestly, to God, I don't think that the matchup is actually just like this unwinnable. Oh, but she does do a good job at actually punishing Sora's landing options, especially him just trying to come down in general because up air is such a good move. Greninja, the Pokemon, right? Is he the last one? Here we go. That's where he belongs. I think we beat Corrin. Duck Hunt Dog. I think we beat Duck Hunt. It's annoying though, but I think we beat him. I think we beat Kazuya. I think we where's the other niggas? Where they at? Where's Ryu? I think Sora does very, very well against Shotos. Here it comes, guys. Here it comes. Kazuya's not a Shoto. You know what the fuck I mean, dude. I think that Sora does good against all these kinds of characters, honestly. I think they're all appropriate combo weights for Sora to actually combo going off stage versus them. You can actually counter their up B. Like, you know how Ryu and Ken can like up B past ledge and like kind of like hit you with it, the tip? You can actually counter that. Sometimes I've hit people with the counter. Sometimes it doesn't work. It's inconsistent, which is annoying. But other than that, I definitely think that Sora has a good time versus these characters. And I'm mostly comfortable in that matchup. I would like to fight Riddles to further confirm this or actually get shown something different. We beat this bitch. Where's Villager 2? Both of them. Let's see. I already did Wii Fit. The female Wii Fit's the only one that's a real character to me. So I'm gonna put him here because he's not in the game. So Belmonts, I think Belmonts are closer to like a -1 than anything, just because they have the ability to actually like trap you, slow you down, and Sora doesn't do good with a bunch of horizontal pressure. It's kind of in the same vein as Samus, where Samus actually can do all of that shit, but also recover and ledge trap you. Edgeguarding Samus is a pain in the ass versus where if you're trying to actually edgeguard a Belmont, with their ability to ledge trap, and they ledge trap even some of the best characters with ease because of Holy Water, it all boils down to in neutral, them having all of those horizontal pressure options make it so that Sora has an incredibly hard time actually catching them. In that vein, in my opinion, I do believe that they do beat Sora, but I don't think it's a -2 like Samus, because even though they have the ability to pretty much do the same thing, Belmont has weaknesses. Straight up, like glaring weaknesses. Given Ultimate for what it is, I actually think mediocre is not like the end of the world in this game. All right, guys, let's pick Ganondorf. Whoa! Hey, Slam, I'm actually very willing to hear out your opinion on this matchup. What do you think of Sora versus Ganon? Ganon wins plus 500. Camp him, you're fine. Fight him, it's hard. Oh, shit. I could see us +1ing Ganon, but I can't see it being any... To me, Ganon would be like right here, in my opinion. Actually, nah, not even. I don't think it's even. But I don't think he's anywhere close to being like up here at all with them niggas. Them niggas just get folded, bruh. I actually think Ganon doesn't do that bad, but I just don't see it as an even matchup. To me, I think over time the matchup will actually get harder for Ganon, but it doesn't seem like this nigga just gets destroyed. You feel me? I think we lose to Fox. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I think we definitely lose to Fox. This matchup is literally Juggle City, Burst Down City. Sora does not do that well against this character, straight up. There were times when I was fighting Light, and I'm winning. Yeah, shit's going good, and then he just needs like 1 to 2 neutral interactions to set off his offense, and I can't land. I either can't land, or I'm just getting hit, and my weight just allows me to get hit, and then I turn, I look at this motherfucker, I'm like, yo, Light, yo, what's good, bro? What you think of this matchup? Yeah, it's not good. Like, yeah, I know it's not good. Falco. See, this one is weird to me because I could see it being -1, but then I also could see the benefits of fighting Falco as Sora, and I could see it as an even matchup. I don't think Sora beats him. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I do not think Sora wins this matchup, but I could see it being either here or here, and I'm pretty undecided on that, so I would probably put him here. I'd probably lean closer to even as well. I just know that when Sora gets hit, it fucking hurts, because again, he is one of those combo weights where it's just like, that shit is just so free. So to me, like, honestly, if it was up to me and I had a section here, I'd put him here, but I'll put it closer to even for now. It's crazy. I think Robin's an even matchup. Oh wait, male Robin. Goodbye, nigga. I think that Sora beats Ness. Lucas? I think Lucas has a better time walling out Sora, which is what he deals with the worst. So I would probably, in the end, put Lucas in an even matchup. I think Sora beats Ness for sure. Chunky hitboxes, disrupting his fucking recovery off stage. Down being PK Thunder 2. Sora's about to air dodge to the ledge. Oh! Clunk that motherfucker with F-tilt, knock his ass away. You want to get swaggy with it? When Ness is starting to do his up B, shoot a fireball at that bitch, hit the PK Thunder, or hit Ness. I'm thinking about mad shit right now. Oh, Ness is trying to land. Try to land, bitch. Air dodge, up air. Oh, shit. We just gonna keep the party going. Remember, guys, though, there's variables to this. So even though I'm saying all the good stuff you can do in this scenario, you gotta remember, it ain't always that easy, bro. Just bonk him on the head once and he falls, right? Bonk. Oh, word. Oh, word. You're still trying to come back? Bonk this nigga again, bro. I get too excited talking about exploiting this nigga's weaknesses, man. Lucas sounds like the harder counterpart, in my opinion, in this scenario. Because there's a job he does better than Ness, and that's zoning motherfuckers out. He is exceptionally well at that. Ness has bigger hitboxes, nice combos and shit, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? He is the better PK boy. But when it comes to actually playing keep away, this is the guy. No, I don't think we beat Link. I think we're even with Link. Big ass hitboxes, good combo weight, exploitable recovery, but at the same time, Link can actually wall you out in neutral. I do this because he can do that, but it's not in the same vein as something like this nigga right here. Hero. Don't know. I played it, but me and the person I was playing with were just trolling. So, yeah. Go ahead and talk about Pit. I mean, what is there much for me to say about Pit? People often try to relate Sora to Pit like, yeah, he's honest like Pit, when in reality, Pit doesn't have cheese. Pit's biggest cheese is his side B that is hard as fuck to hit. Sora actually has some cheddar. This nigga is pure honest, bro. What do you say when you lose to a Pit? Man, fuck Pit. This character's fucking so lame, blah, blah, blah. Like, what could you possibly say? You just lost, straight up. That's a lot of super armor for an honest character, but okay. When I think about the Pit matchup, guys, I honestly don't think Sora runs over Pit at all. I don't even think Pit runs over Sora. I could honestly see it as a more even matchup. If I did have to give an edge to it, I would probably say I'd probably give it to Sora. But honestly, it seems like a more reasonable, even matchup. They both combo each other pretty well. Yeah, like real rap, to me, it's an even matchup. I don't even think either wins. I'm in the camp where I think Pit is just a solid character overall. I actually don't even think he's like a low tier. It's just tragic for Pit to be where Pit is, simply because because he doesn't have that much cheese, he's not really a respected character. I think we beat Rosa. Outrange her. You can actually kind of fuck with Luma. You have to respect Luma, but you can also swat that nigga away when she's off stage. Obviously, no hitbox up B, so she's a sitting duck. Yeah, I don't think we blow her out, but I do think that we win there, especially given her size too. She is kind of like good combo food, and she's floaty, just like us. So it actually makes juggling her in disadvantage even better as well. I do think this is a good matchup for Sora. Pac-Man. If I really had to think about this, like with Pac, honestly, guys, Pac probably seems annoying to me personally, but I think that Sora probably doesn't do too bad versus him. Probably being like the even or -1 spectrum of things off of theory crafting alone, but I don't like to necessarily do that all the time. So I'm gonna put him there because I actually do need to fight him straight up. Bowser Jr. I actually think that the matchup is even. I don't think it's a bad matchup. I don't think we lose. I don't think we blow him out. I actually think we can fuck with him in neutral, which is good. In disadvantage state as well. I think Junior's neutral though is actually pretty damn good, and so honestly, like, he can fight Sora as well, even if it's air to air and punishing. Like, if he shields our hit one of one of our aerials, he might be able to pop out and actually swing his up air. You know, the little fucking hammer thing, the little bonk. Might be able to jump out and hit us with that shit. And getting juggled with that move as Sora is a pain in the ass too. So landing versus him could also be a problem. And yeah, his up B doesn't have a hitbox on the way up, so you're not really countering that. The most you can try to counter is probably like his go-kart, but even then, I don't think a junior is gonna be like hard committing to go-kart every single time in the same tempo to allow you to just counter it. You know what I mean? Cloud. I think Cloud beats us. Cloud's overall ground speed, his fall speed, and just the range on his Buster Sword actually can like really fuck with Sora trying to fight him in neutral. I think Cloud does very well against Sora. I know people are going to be like, oh, but we can edge guard him. Say that to the rest of the cast as well. Honestly, it's nothing like a Sephiroth, and not even close. I do think Sora also can beat him as well, because again, -1 doesn't mean, oh, this matchup's impossible. It just means that they have advantage in other situations. His ability to juggle Sora is really good also. Basically, when it comes to the other Square Enix reps, Sora pretty much, in my opinion, loses. I think we beat Inkling. I think Ike is more on the even side of things. Zelda, we can box with Zelda and we outrange her. We have to catch her though. Honestly, I think that the fact that we can actually just box up close with her, especially from a safe distance, is really good. Just at the end of the day, I think in neutral, Sora might have to respect Knight a lot more than other characters, but if as long as you're not really just getting killed by it or harassed by it, you should be okay. Which even actually makes me want to put this matchup in a +1, because a lot of the times, even if they try to send Knight to ledge, Sora can stall his recovery enough to be able to recover when the Knight disappears. So then all that's left in that regard is, okay, you have to actually fight this character in neutral, up close, and Sora should be winning those interactions. In my opinion, this shit will change drastically over time. Captain Falcon! I like this matchup. I like this matchup because both of these characters can shit on each other. You're the perfect weight for Falcon to really get his fucking combos off. Really get his combos off, but then at the same time, you can combo the shit out of Falcon and edge guard him as well. I honestly feel like this matchup is even. I think it is an even matchup. Even with Falcon's speed, I think Sora is still able to handle it. And funny enough, guys, the last character is Young Link. Out of all the Links, I feel like this Link does the best. Young Link is annoying because when you actually fight this nigga in neutral, right? He's throwing boomerangs, he's throwing fire arrows that pop you up. He's very annoying. You get close to him, he has his up, you got a shield, which will pop you up and allow him to combo you. You're a good weight to get comboed by that for a while as well. His kill confirms are actually even more annoying to deal with as Sora because of your floaty nature. So even though you're able to go off and edge guard this character, when you get close, you have big chunky hit boxes. You can combo him. Those are all great, right? But at the same time, you have to actually get in on this nigga, because it's not like he's just slow as shit, right? He's a very fast character. Like, he's very, very fast. So catching him is like the biggest pain in the ass of the matchup. I don't think he's anywhere near as hard to fight in this bracket as like Wolf, Fox, Joker, Pyramithra, anything of that sort. But you do have to respect the fact that he actually is difficult to deal with in neutral. Your disadvantage versus him is not the best. And yeah, that's that. It's not a horrible matchup, but it's also not something that I would consider in the realm of even as well. So, overall, guys, 3 months later, that was my last video on Sora. Sora 3 months after. This is my matchup chart 3 months later. You guys basically can get a gist of where I currently see these matchups at the moment. Keep in mind, this is my opinion, and I know I've said this for the 100th time, but this is just something that doesn't click when people make these lists, right? And not only that, this can change. This will change. 100% will change with more time and the better players I get to fight in these matchups, and I get to really explore these matchups as far as they possibly could go. So honestly, this was for the sub goal to get to 200 subs. I'm actually going to do one of these for Pichu, by the way. Not today, but I will be getting to that one as well. And at 300 subs, you know, I have another sub goal. We do something else. I know people are requesting a Sora guide, but that takes a lot of time. And I would have to really sit down with my editor to make sure he knows how to edit it, how I want it to look. Because honestly, right, if I'm doing a guide, I know I did guides in the past, but I want this guide to look clean, bro. I want this shit to look so fucking swaggy. Nice transitions and everything. So, when the time comes for it, I will actually go ahead and do that. So, maybe I'll make that a goal. It is one of the more requested goals there. But, yeah. So, at the end of the day, guys, this is my Sora matchup chart. Will I put this on Twitter? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure. This will be going on YouTube, so I'll put the chat back up so you guys can say hello to YouTube. And, of course, thank you guys for being here and watching this and participating in this. I greatly appreciate it. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of this video. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And why? And, of course, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And even hit the Metafy, man. I got the link for that in the description below as well. It's been fun. Take it easy. Peace out. Deuces.